Once upon a time, in a small, quiet village, there lived a man named Jack. Jack was an ordinary man who worked as a carpenter. He was skilled at his job, but he often felt frustrated and unhappy. Jack always believed that life was unfair to him. His house was small, his income was modest, and he felt like he was stuck in the same routine every day. One day, while walking home from work, Jack saw an old man sitting under a tree. The old man had a long white beard and a warm smile. He was feeding birds and humming a cheerful tune. Jack couldn't help but stop and watch. The old man noticed Jack and said, "Hello, young man. You look troubled. What's on your mind?" Jack sighed and replied, "I'm tired of my life. No matter how hard I work, nothing seems to change. I'm just unlucky." The old man chuckled softly and said, "Luck is not the key, my friend. It's all about your perspective. Come sit with me for a moment." Curious, Jack sat down. The old man picked up a handful of seeds and began scattering them on the ground. Birds immediately flew down to eat them. "Do you see these birds?" the old man asked. "They find joy in the simplest things like these seeds. Happiness is about how you see the world, not about how much you have." Jack frowned. "But how can I change how I see the world?" The old man smiled. "Start small. Every morning think of one thing you are grateful for. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. And remember, kindness and positivity are like seeds. The more you spread them, the more they grow." Jack decided to give it a try. The next morning, he woke up and thought about his cozy little house. It wasn't big, but it kept him safe and warm. He smiled and went to work. At work, instead of grumbling about the long hours, he focused on how his skills as a carpenter brought joy to his customers. As days turned into weeks, Jack noticed a change. He felt lighter, happier. People around him started smiling more too. His cheerful attitude was contagious. One day, he helped a neighbor fix a broken chair, and the neighbor brought him fresh bread as a thank you. Little acts of kindness started flowing back to him. Jack's life hadn't magically transformed overnight. He was still a carpenter with a modest income, but he no longer felt trapped. He found joy in his work, in helping others, and in appreciating the little things in life. One evening, Jack returned to the tree where he had met the old man, but the old man was no longer there. Instead, Jack found a small note carved into the tree trunk. It said, "Happiness grows where gratitude is planted." Jack smiled and looked up at the sky. He realized that his life had changed not because of luck, but because he had changed the way he saw the world. From that day on, Jack became known as the happiest man in the village, spreading positivity wherever he went. And so Jack's story became a lesson for everyone. Sometimes the biggest transformation starts with the smallest change in our outlook.